Juliet taken in hand, being led to the outside of the field. The light appears, set now. She goes on in. They're racing. Accelerate left the gates a little awkwardly, and Run to Fair Run was the first to leave and will bounce straight to the front from Buster Bash. Blaze and Kazar pressing up there. Pateman is sizing options up behind them at the judge with Accelerate. He's back on the inside of Blaze and Kazar. Run to Fair Run going very fiercely here at the head of the field, leaving the straight. Now Choose Freedom is back on the inside of Mood Goddess as they settle. They're followed on the rails by Time Stand Still's Red Dwarf. Almost 2 lengths away, Talented Escape. Rider looking down, just working across into the field now. Being followed by Cosmic Haze. Surf Point back there. So on the inside is Run Like Fire and Able Dane. The pace right on here as Run to Fair Run has got them marching as they work into the back, and last is Juliet. Run to Fair Run, the leader, going down the back straight. Led at the 1250, out by about 4 or 5 lengths. Buster Bash. A length away, Blaze and Kazar. Accelerate on the inside, cruising up there. Now goes to third and is pushing up on the inside as the pace slows down. Choose Freedom follows the favourite. Then a length away, Mood Goddess. As they'd slowed down, taking off from last, Able Dane went around them to be midfield at the 900. Then Time Stand Still. Red Dwarf camped out there 3 deep around the outside of Talented Escape. A length and a half to Run Like Fire, who's right back there in the field with Juliet. Surf Point. It also had lost a bit of ground. Dropping out last is Cosmic Haze. And so as they went past the 650 along the side, Run to Fair Run came back to them. Only a length clear. Buster Bash with Accelerate poised to go. Back on the inside in third spot. Off the bridle, Blaze and Kazar being hard ridden coming to the turn, being followed then by Choose Freedom. Mood Goddess behind those. Pateman's off the fence now with Accelerators. Buster Bash races to the lead and goes for home. It's Buster Bash clearing out from Run to Fair Run. Accelerate. It's starting to lengthen stride, coming out after Buster Bash. Well back in the field, Talented Escape. Accelerate. Ranges up, grab Buster Bash with 150 left to run. Draws about a length and a half clear. Accelerate from Buster Bash. All interest in third. Accelerate comes away, and the special for the day, Pregnancy, is up and won well. Accelerate beat home Buster Bash. Red Dwarf got to the line nicely late to grab third ahead of Talented Escape, Blaze and Kazar. Then Run to Fair Run, who'd gone out and set a cracking tempo. Surf Point running on. Time Stand Still, Run Like Fire. Next home, Juliet with a gap. Able Dane, Cosmic Haze, Choose Freedom, and amongst the last home is Mood Goddess. Accelerate, Mitchell Pateman for the Darren McCauley stable. Second up, relishing the step here to the 2100 metres, relishing a top end speed where they really ran, and it was able to come away from heels at the 400 off the fence and lay it down to Buster Bash, which has run a particularly good race, chased that speed and was good enough to sprint clear before getting gobbled up inside the last 150 of the event by Accelerate. By Gingerbread Man from Axes and Taxes, for Ian Rothney's Pinjarra Thoroughbred Syndicate, D-Man, Phil Ibbotson, P. Tresize, N. Styles, W. Rosbender, D. Phillips Jones, Trevor Holgate, Mrs. S. Phillips Jones and Laurie Hurley. Mitchell Pateman there giving it an absolutely 10 out of 10 ride, and beating Buster Bash by Trade Fair from Disco, Miss David Harrison, Christy Bennett. And this has run very well at its first tilt at the Journey. And back there third also, Red Dwarf coming out of a mile maiden. Hit the line well by Ukbar from Kestrel's Flight. Owned and trained by Dom Celesano and written by Joey Azzopardi. Fourth placing went the way of number 12, Talented Escape. Fifth home was Blaze and Kazar. Run to Fair Run. Just couldn't go on after going out there and running them along hard. Really had a big margin mid-race and was Gonski at the 200. The last event today at 5 to 5 over the 1300. The horsepower a night at the races handicap with no changes to come there in the last. Margins on the previous 1 length 2 1/4 in 2:12.10. So they were going along at a really high-end speed. 37.09 there in that class. The last 600, 37.09. Let's join Brittany Taylor down in the yard there, and this fellow put the writing on the wall with a terrific first up run.
Yeah, he did. It was a brilliant run first up at a mile. Darren McAuliffe, that day it was heartbreak because it was such a narrow margin in defeat, but today certainly made amends for that. A nice performance.
Yeah, good tough staying performance. Good strong tempo on, and that's what he needed. And yeah, he's vindicated. I still reckon we won the other day. Ash Maley will be having at home giggling, but anyway, no, he got the job done today. It was good.
We even looked at the photo. It was that close the other day. You must have been, whilst I suppose you go home from the races disappointed not to have your number in the semaphore, but so impressed by the way he came back at a mile, given he's a horse that previously we've seen you step out first up at 2,000 metres and beyond.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's got an abundance of staying capacities, and yeah, he can be a little bit tricky to train at times, but yeah, it was just a nice race for him that Saturday, you know, West Speed Platinum race, and he qualified for it, and you know, he was sharp enough in his gallop leading into it, so we went there, and yeah, but otherwise, you know, we'd sort of 2,000 metres plus is where we need to be with him.
Has he come back even better this preparation?
His feet are a lot better. 6 weeks ago, he was nearly retired. You know, had a conversation with the farrier, a pretty stern conversation with the farrier, and said, look, this is what I want to do, no more bar shoes. And it worked. So, yeah, there's no rhyme or reason with that sort of stuff. You learn from experience, and yeah, we just threw an old trick that I'd learnt a long time ago, and it worked. So, yeah, happy days.
So what sort of remedial work have you had to do with him to get him back to his best?
Oh, we've got 2-degree wedges on him, and no, he's just bruising through his heels, and you know, the first go-to is always bar shoes, and this horse, he's just so effervescent, he constantly pulls them off, and then, you know, he's got no foot left, and he's just got very shelly, brittle feet, and they bruise very easily, so yeah, it's been a nightmare.
Really satisfying win then today. What about Rebel Knight in the next?
Yeah, couldn't be happy with him, actually. If he runs up to his gallop on Saturday morning, he'll be blowing them away.
Word on Montalina for Saturday?
Yeah, hopefully, you know, she's just been getting better each run, so mile should suit. Yeah, hopefully Chris back on does the trick.
Maybe we'll be speaking in half an hour. Well done on this one.
Fingers crossed. Thank you.
There's Darren McAuliffe, and Scott is with Mitch Pateman.
Certainly am. Mitch Pateman, when you saw the nominations for this race and you saw Buster Bash in 1, you saw Run to Fair Run in 2, it looked like they were going to get along at a pretty good clip, and that's the way it turned out by the looks.
Yeah, I rode Run to Fair Run a couple of starts ago and can get a bit keen, so I thought there'd be good tempo, and I knew that'd suit my bloke. He got into a great rhythm, settled really well, and yeah, I was confident a long way out.
Is he at a point now where he can start to go through the staying grades?
Yeah, I said to D-Mac at the start of the prep when I tried him, he probably felt the best he's felt since I've been riding him, and yeah, this prep's probably his prep to win a Saturday race, so hopefully he can.
Congratulations, well done.
Thanks, mate.
Mitch Pateman saluting on Accelerate for Darren McAuliffe, and satisfying victory, one would think, given what they've had to go through with the horse's feet, and great insight from Darren McAuliffe as always. After Accelerate takes out race number 8, and one more to come here from Belmont, and we have replays to come on the other side.
So 1, 2, 3, take my hand and come with me, because you look so fine that I really want to make you mine. I say you look so fine that I really want to make you mine. 4, 5, 6, come on and get your kicks. Now you don't need the money when you look like that, do you, honey?